Hello, this is Catherine Marks, the founder of the Independent Education Consultants, and today I'm here to share a few tips with you if you are a parent who is going to be new to sixth form in this September. So your son or daughter has just got their GCSE results, and fantastic, what a relief that must have been after all the challenges of the last 18 months, that they've been successful enough to now enrol for sixth form, going into year 12 in September to start on the next step of their future education and career. So what's my first tip? Well, really, we're asking you to give some thought to planning sixth form and how you're going to support and guide your son or daughter through the next 2 years, so that when it comes to thinking in a year's time about applying to a UK university for study or writing a CV for a future job application, you will feel you have all the knowledge that you need to successfully guide and steer them through that process. Many parents don't realise that applying to a UK university through UCAS is a process that you need to start thinking about right now in order to be able to take it in your stride as a step-by-step process as you go through year 12, so that by the end of that year your son or daughter has all the evidence they need to show that they're a really strong applicant for that university place. So at this stage, you're probably enrolling in sixth form and you're just confirming your final subject choices, whether that be in IB or A-levels. Are you going to do an EPQ alongside your A-levels, or are you studying some BTEC subjects? So it's really important at this stage to get those subjects right. Subjects that you're really interested in, things that you have a passion for. A-level study or IB is a step up from GCSE, and so whatever subjects it is, it's really important that your son or daughter is really interested in them and they've got a passion and they're going to be determined and want to work hard in order to do well in those subjects. So that's something to be thinking about right now. When it comes to September, you're going to be thinking about how they're going to make the most of their sixth form education. How are they going to develop leadership skills? Are they going to do community service? Are they going to volunteer? How are they going to get some work experience? How are they going to take up new hobbies, new sports? Whether you're applying to a university or applying for a job, showing that you have broad and diverse skills and interests is really, really important. So making most of sixth form at this stage is a really important discussion to have with your son or daughter, so that you can be sure in 12 months' time that they've got enough evidence to show that they're a really strong candidate for their UCAS application. We've launched a brand new service called Uni-Assist Hub, and via this we're going to be supporting parents just like you. We're delivering webinars, 2 webinars each month, starting on the 7th of September. And during those webinars, we'll be taking you step by step through everything that you need to know to be able to support, guide and steer your teenager, your son or daughter, so that they will have all the evidence that they need and the experience they need to make this strong UCAS application. We're empowering you so that you can offer them better support. Of course, we do also have consultancy services where your son or daughter will be able to work one-to-one with one of our expert consultants so that we can help them make sure they're gathering the right evidence, make sure that they're on track to achieve the grades that they need to fulfill their course ambitions or any university ambitions that they may have. And we'll also be looking at gathering evidence for fees assistance if perhaps you're an British expat person living abroad, or also how you're going to apply and the personal statement framework, what evidence is needed in the personal statement, and supporting with drafts. So really we're aiming to be a one-stop shop for advice so that we can help you as parents to upskill your knowledge about the whole university application process so that you get no surprises along the way, and there's no need for any last minute panics when your son or daughter reaches Christmas of year 13, and they're being asked by their school to submit their final draft of their UCAS. If they're planning on doing Oxbridge or medicine, then the application has to be submitted even earlier in year 13. So year 12 is a really, really important year to make sure that a little bit of time each month is spent focusing on the UCAS application progress and building the evidence, starting to make decisions, visiting universities, making the most of open days. There's an awful lot to this process, and it's really important that both you and your son or daughter understand how the process works and hence how to get the best outcome for you. So if you go to uni-assisthub.co.uk, you will find a list of the webinars that we are offering with one of our expert consultants. There'll be a presentation on the topic of the webinar, followed by a live Q&A session with one of our experts so that you can pose your questions and you can get real answers in real time from an expert. Because we're aiming at helping families all over the world with applying to British universities, we'll also be supplying recordings of the webinars to those who are registered, so you can actually get this advice in your own time zone, from the comfort of your own sofa by watching the recording. Of course, the live Q&A will only be the recordings from what happened in the live session, but you will still be able to access the advice that's being shared by one of our experts. So at this stage, all you really need to do is register for the first webinar and look out for the communications that then come from us. We'll be sharing with you in the first instance an outline timeline that you can stick on the fridge for a UCAS application, which is specifically written for parents and your son or daughter who is going into year 12 and starting their sixth form journey this September. So you'll be able to stick this timeline on the fridge and it will explain to you in a step-by-step way all the things that you're going to do to build the foundations that you need to make a strong university application when it comes to the time of submitting it in year 13. So once again, you need to visit uni-assisthub.co.uk and you'll find a link in the top menu that'll take you to the list of webinars, and all you need to do at this stage is register. Once you've registered, you'll then receive some communications from us, including this timeline that I've talked about, to stick on the fridge so that you can monitor, and there'll be no panic during your sixth form because you'll just be guided step by step through the process. And as I said earlier, we've also got our team of experts on hand to work one-to-one with your son or daughter. Our services are designed to complement the work that the school will be doing with your son or daughter via the careers department, so that the aim is that they've got a really strong UCAS application to make in year 13. Both you and they are happy that they've chosen the right university courses to match their grade ambitions and also realistic grade ambitions, and that they have the maximum chance of success. There's also the option to buy into some help with interviews, and if they're looking at medicine applications or applications for top universities in London or other universities that require interview, there's also the option to get some expert consultancy help on a one-to-one basis with both the application and the interview process when they hopefully get to that stage. So whatever really it is that you need when it comes to advice and support, we're here to help you. But as I said earlier, this is a step-by-step process. And by approaching it step by step, it removes all the panic and the last-minute worry of what you should be doing and when. So sign up to our first webinar that's taking place on the 7th of September. Hopefully you can be with us live so that you can submit your questions via our live Q&A after the presentation. But even if you can't be there live, do still register, because we will be supplying the recording of the webinar to all people who are registered so that you can watch it afterwards. So I think that's about it for now. Do enjoy the rest of the summer holidays and planning for joining sixth form, which is a very exciting time. And we'll look forward to catching up with you soon in our first webinar on the 7th of September. Take care and bye for now. Thanks for listening.